new boys and 3 new girls entered the island. There are dates. We're going to be voting. There's recoupling. Oh my gosh, it's going down on Love Island here on AfterBuzz TV.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Woo! What is up, guys? Oh my gosh, I have been gone and away for 2 days now. Guys, we'll be straight up honest with you. I am so glad y'all are here with me. I see you guys all here in the chat. 80, Rebecca, of course, hit me up on Twitter. I appreciate it, Rebecca. Osai Oakley. What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Thieling. First, before we get into all this kind of stuff and all this drama that's got to go on with CBS and networks and the show, we got lots of drama in real life and in reality. Let me introduce my boy in the booth, my producer for today, Steven. What up, man? How you doing? Steven, you are currently consuming large quantities of airborne gummies, even though you're not sick. That's weird. Do you have a 2 gummy limit? 2 gummy maximum? Well, that's fair enough. I, of course, am sipping on my, of course, spiked seltzer, my drink for this season of Love Island. Of course, we drink, guys, because they cannot. So I hope you guys are sipping on something fun. Okay, let's start out right off the bat. I've been gone. I've been away. Truth. We have been completely affected by the DirecTV, CBS stuff that I'm sure a lot of you guys are affected by as well. So I cannot... Steven, they're saying they can't hear me.
I can't hear you.
We can only hear my... they couldn't hear you.
Oh, my mic's being weird then. You can hear me now, but it's like cutting in and out.
Well, guys, that's okay. As long as you can hear me, Steven will jump in on the really important stuff. As I was saying, we are completely affected by the CBS DirecTV stuff. Normally, we get the East Coast feeds from DirecTV, and that's why I'm able to watch it at 5 o'clock our time. We don't have it, so I'm an episode behind. I have not seen today's episode. So we're going to talk about Monday and Tuesday's episode. I'm going to give my predictions, and then some people I'm sure are going to toss some spoilers, and we're going to find out what happened on tonight's episode there in the chat. Rebecca says, Mike, they drink. They do, but we know they have a 2-drink maximum. So basically, they are not drinking. Okay, let's get into it. On Monday, of course, we ended with Cormac and Kristen going home. I think that wasn't too bad. We discussed that already on Friday's episode. Not a big deal that they went home. I wasn't really feeling them anyway. Carol's going to be okay, of course. And again, we get them going back to Kira saying that there was seemingly problems with Cash. At that point, we're not too sure exactly what's going on with that. Cash talks a little bit to Dylan about it. No problem. Zach, super romantic, guys. Come on. Zach sends Elizabeth on a romantic scavenger hunt via text messages and utilizes some of the other bros in the house to get her up there, and then finally asks her to just be his girlfriend. Awesome move. We know from the beginning for so long they have been such a strong couple. They are super good. You guys are being really active in the chat right now. Let me go off to you really quick. 80's affected by it too. Meg says sometimes they can party like for birthdays and winning stuff. Yeah, but that's not really a reality show. Like, I don't understand it. By party, you mean more than 2 drinks. Yeah, that's just not very exciting. Osayoe says bad boy game works on young girls. That's why Weston was trying to say to the guys in this episode. And people are liking Eric right off the bat. 80 says Yemen needs to leave. Oh my gosh, you guys are really into the show. You're into it as much as I am. I'm so upset that I don't know what happened tonight. Let's keep going through with our review though, okay? We get a text. There's new people coming in, and we know that the guys and girls are splitting up, and I'm essentially going to fast forward to tonight's episode because that's all we really care about, right? So the new guys, we get Ray, Eric, and George. The new girls, we get Kelsey, Marley, and Isada. We know that Yemen is free now because Kristen has gone home. Caro is perpetually free. She's never with anybody. Very odd. Okay, I'm going to try not to lip smack because I saw the comments in the last video. I lip smack too much. I get parched. Got to drink more. Kelsey talks to Weston, and Weston talks about farming, and Kelsey says that 12 acres is unheard of because that's his farm. What is she talking about? 12 acres is nothing when it comes to farmland, especially here in the U.S. I mean, farms, Steven, correct me if I'm wrong. There are farmers in middle of America with thousands of acres of farm.
There we go. There's farmers in the middle of California with thousands of acres. There's
Thank you.
Literally every state.
12 acres is unheard of in being too small of a farm, perhaps, but I thought that was really, really strange, and that was essentially the takeaway I got from that right there. Additionally, really, really bad move. When the new girls come in, Zach fails to mention that he has a girlfriend. Guys, tell me what you thought in the chat. Is this not ridiculously sloppy of this guy? What the hell? They just went through the whole scavenger hunt. We know he's super into her. Why would you not just be upfront with it? What do you guys think? I don't think he is. I think it was a dumb slip up. But do you guys think he's actually still open to talking to other girls? I don't think so, but I thought that was a really, really dumb move. And then I thought he was oddly aggressive about telling her that he didn't say that. You know, he said something like, it's just been a really long day, just whatever. That's not cool, man. I just thought that was really, really crummy. And then I wrote down that Caro tells Katrina that Weston's talking to Kelsey and she shouldn't worry about it because she's wifey style. Guys, we know that I'm biased because my wife's Filipino, but I honestly think that Katrina is wifey status. I think she is the most put together of honestly all the contestants, guys and girls on this show. I think she really knows where her life is headed. I think she's got it together. She's beautiful. I think she is absolutely a big catch. Let's fast forward right now to yesterday's episode because this was really the meat of the new people coming in because they get to go on all their dates. And that's what's most exciting. So right off the bat, everyone plays Truth or Dare. Jenga. It's Jenga. I can call it Jenga because I'm not on network television. It's Jenga. Kira gets upset that Cash kisses another girl. Why? All we've been hearing about for the last 2 episodes is how things are bad, things aren't going great, and she's really playing this push-pull, on again, off again, hot and cold thing with him. And honestly, the more and more I see it, I don't like it. It makes me not like them together because it's pee or get off the pot, right? Which she does go and pee later, and then Eric gets to talk to her. But either you like him or you don't. You're going to go all in or not. And I don't like that it seems like she's playing this game because the next round, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, the next round should be Guy's choice. So if she's going to play wishy-washy games, he would be wise to not pick her if we're talking strategy and game strategy, which of course on this show we love to do. The new guys talk about the girls they like. Weston and Katrina talk about the guys. Kira and Cash, again, this is what I'm talking about, guys. They're right back to it, cuddling up in bed. It just doesn't feel good. It just doesn't feel right. Let me see what you guys are saying. Meg, I think Katrina's wifey status. Katrina might be my favorite personality. Yep, Rebecca says, I didn't see him. I didn't get the vibe. Eric looks like someone I know. That's strange. Maybe it is someone you know. Maybe he's just going by a different name on the show. And of course, Asayawe, again, bad boys are bold to the point of being cocky. They don't care what other people think, which is what Eric is doing. Guys, for sure, we're going to get into talking all about Eric and his whole strategy to this game because I think he's way off base. It's cool. Cash says he's looking forward to meeting new people. Again, he spent too much time on Kira. I agree with the way she's acting right now, so I'm really not sure. And then we get a bunch of people of the new girls who are liking the new guys, the old guys, the new guys liking the old girls. So really quickly, we see Marley taking an interest in Winston. Solid, because he, again, as well, is going wishy-washy with Katrina. Really rough waters there. And just from the limited interaction, I think he likes the idea of Katrina more than he actually likes her. And just the fact that he's immediately open to swaying away doesn't bode well for their relationship. Isada likes Yaman. I want to see how they look together. And we see it later. Initially, they seem like they have a cute attraction, but Yaman is a little bit suspect right now, so we're not really sure. Kelsey liking Wesson. Rebecca is tossing up spoilers in the chat for tonight's episode, so I guess it's not really a spoiler. I'm going to look at them later. Let me get through the rest of yesterday's, and then we'll talk about the repercussions of the spoilers of what happened today that I didn't get to see yet. Boom! We get a text. Bang, bang, bang. The most fun of everything, right? Eric, Ray, George get to choose a girl and go on a date with them. And of course, immediately right after that follow-up text, all the new girls get to choose guys as well. So let's talk about their dates. And what I want to see in the chat right now is what you guys thought of their dates yesterday, okay? Try to avoid talking about today just yet. Let's talk about the setup, which was yesterday's episode. Eric takes Caro. George takes Isada. Really interesting pick for a new guy to take a new girl and not try to disrupt anything that's out there. I don't know how I felt about it. On one hand, I thought it shouldn't matter because it's just who you have a connection with, right? And on the other hand, it feels for some reason like a gut instinct that it's a missed opportunity. The girls who are already on the show, if they are not strongly coupled up with a guy, then they're really open and they're really looking to get with a guy. The new girls coming onto the show, they're not so desperate. They're not so thirsty, right? Because they have kind of a smorgasbord full of guys who might be interested in them. I feel like there's a better shot of picking an established girl who isn't coupled up because just from a gameplay perspective, same thing, by the way, vice versa with the guys, they're at risk. They're going to be more open and probably more thirsty to land with somebody if they haven't already strongly connected up with anybody. Rebecca, sorry, Mike. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I know that I'm the one behind. I know a lot of you guys have already seen and know what's going on. So it's all good. Let's talk about the dates. Let's go on with the girls. Marley picks Winston. Ray, I think I skipped to pick Katrina. Kelsey picks Weston. And Isada picks Yaman. Isada getting to go on 2 private beach dates yesterday. That's pretty awesome. Amy Wee, you know what? I got to give a shout out to Amy Wee because Amy, you always have dynamite comments. Carol has yet to find a guy who enjoys the baby voice. Yes, that's what we've been saying since the very first episode. Steven, can you deal with a girl who perpetually does your baby voice and I don't know why?
I actually had this conversation the other night. To be perfectly honest, I was with some people and she was making a case for like saying, well, guys just love it when I do it. And I'm like, no, it's a deal breaker. And she's like, well, why do they keep coming back when they do the voice? And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe they're desperate.
Was this in reference to Love Island somehow?
No, this was like straight up somebody who does that. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So does Caro on this show, and she should really stop doing that. I think she's going to have a lot better chances in love. Okay. Right before they go on their dates, Kelsey talks to Katrina about going out with Weston. This is respectful, I guess. It's the exact opposite of how Eric is playing his game, kind of no holds barred. I don't care. I'm just going to talk to any chick I want. I like the respect element of it, but at the same time, it kind of feels unnecessary. They all know what they're going on to the island to do, right? We're all going to date. We're going to try to couple up with people. Look, if you don't couple up with someone, you're probably going to get dumped off the island. So obviously, you're going to pick the people you're very attracted to. I do like a little bit more of the respect and just saying, look, this is what I was thinking. It's not a diss on you, but I honestly don't think it's a diss on anybody for anybody who picks somebody else. I only said please to my husband today, and he said, if you never talk like that again. Yeah, don't do the baby voice. It's got to be really, really, really few and far between if you're going to do it, and it's not working for Caro. She needs to stop. Yaman, this was really shady. Tell me in the chat what you guys thought. Yaman spills the beans to Caro that Eric originally didn't want to pick her, that Eric is really interested in Kira. And rightly so, really, really upsets Caro because this girl doesn't realize the baby voice is bad. This girl just wants to be loved by somebody. And to his credit, Eric, in their little one-on-one time previously said he liked the baby voice. So she thought she finally found the guy and he's accepting her for everything. And then she gets to find out that he actually wanted to go out with Kira first. That was really lame on Yaman. And I see a lot of people in the chat saying that Yaman should go home. I think you guys are talking about a mix of a whole bunch of different things on why he should go home. But for me, it's just building more and more and more and more. I thought that was really shady. I thought that was crappy to blow up his spot like that. And there was no reason. He's got his reasons for why he picked Caro. It's not like you would say, okay, I hate that girl, so let me pick her to go on a date with. Obviously, there's some kind of attraction there. They already talked before. There's no reason why he shouldn't get to have his time with her. He likes Kira as well. He's just not sure maybe if it's at that level that he wants to go and spend private time. And just like he explained, I want to get to know you in a different setting in the villa. I thought that was totally reasonable. I don't particularly like Eric, and specifically with the way he's playing his game. We'll talk about it a little bit later. But I didn't think there was anything wrong with this, and I thought it was crummy that Yaman just blew him up like that. Let me see what you guys are saying. Check in with you guys because you are my co-hosts on this show. Yaman shouldn't have said that to her. Yaman's favorite hobby is gossiping and lifting extra small weights. Did you guys see Cash and his little weights when the new girls were coming? What was that? There's no resistance on that, bro. That's really, really weird. Kelsey talking ahead of the date is doing more for the audience than Katrina. That's true, getting on America's good side. You know, Kate Gillard, I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right. Let's just go with Kate. That's a really, really great point and something that I haven't talked about on our show. America, and I guess the world really, if you're just voting on the app, has a lot of influence over this game. So if you're really playing 4D chess, a bunch of the stuff that you're doing has to be for the viewers at home. So really, really good point, and I agree 100%. I think that's exactly why she did it. You've got to get in good with America so they keep voting to keep you, or at least put you in a position where the rest of the Islanders can't kick you off. Yemen broke bro code. Yeah, but it was just a crappy thing to do. It's not even with a dude. He doesn't know the girl, or sorry, he doesn't really know Eric, right? He knows Caro a lot, but there's just no why upset her? You know, she'll find out. What if she goes on the date and Eric realizes, yeah, this was perfect. This is exactly who I should have picked. Why do you have to, you sully it right off the bat, kind of for no reason? And 80 correct, Cash's form when lifting small weights. Like, not only was it small, but it was kind of like he was working out the velociraptor muscles. That's cool, man. It's all good. Let's talk about the actual dates. First up, Eric and Caro. We've been talking about them the whole time. Caro has to get him to explain himself with the Yemen gossip, which I actually thought he handled perfectly. It made a lot of sense to me. It seems like they're feeling each other a lot. She really likes the fact that he had a really, really long relationship. I think she should delve in, if we're really talking relationship stuff now and not game, you know I prefer to talk game, but if we're really talking relationship, she probably wants to delve in a little bit more to why it ended after 7 years. 7 years is a long time. He said they're kind of not on the same page. It usually doesn't take 7 years to figure that out. So maybe something more going on there. I don't want to say for sure. I don't really want to throw him under the bus. It seemed like a pretty good date. Ray and Katrina, this moved fast. Were they like on super high octane gas on this date? It wasn't 2 seconds into, how many kids do you want? I want 3 or 4. Me too. I want 3 or 4. Yikes. That was so fast. And it also just plays in what I've been saying about Katrina. I think she's got her stuff together. She knows what she wants. She is wifey material, and she's willing to talk about kids. That could be a warning sign to a lot of guys. A lot of guys are going to get scared off by that, but Ray was in it talking right away, right off the bat. Steven, do you want kids?
Eventually, yeah.
So Ray said right off the bat that he wants a girl first.
Oh, God,
no.
4
children. You want a guy first?
Yeah.
Why?
I think you'd want a guy first because, like the older brother caretaker kind of style, something like that.
Yep.
Also, just like, I don't really want girls at all because I'm terrified. I'm terrified of having a daughter.
I agree. Guys, put in the chat what you guys want, girls or guys, if you guys haven't had kids yet or you're looking forward to kids. Look, my thought, I'm super scared to have a girl. We have nieces, my wife and I. We have beautiful nieces. And man, growing up with them, so I've been with my wife for 9 years now as boyfriend, girlfriend, and then husband and wife. And I've watched our nieces grow up, and they're going to shoot me, but they're not watching the show, so it's okay. One is either 10 or 11, and the other is like 19. And so I watched the 19-year-old grow up from, 10 or 11 or whatever. And oh man, seeing dudes like look at them up and down and kick it to them is very uncomfortable. Like, I can't handle it. Just looking at the girls on Love Island makes me, like, as a potential dad, like, pull my hair, like, oh my God, I cannot deal with this. I don't think I can deal with it. I don't think I'm made up for girls, but evidently Ray is, and he wants them right off the bat. Ugh. Guys in the chat, we all like Katrina. Rebecca, that's right. We like Katrina. 80 says Ray is dad material, and Kate says Ray and Katrina was so canned, like the producers were forcing it along. That's really interesting. I don't know how much the producers influence their discussions or their topics. I'm sure they feed them some stuff, and to see how they're vibing, I didn't really feel that it was canned. It just felt really fast and almost an odd thing to talk about right off the bat. Rebecca says, I only want girl human children and male dog children. Half of that is easily attainable. Okay, there are guys that will leave their women if they don't have one baby boy. Yeah, that seems really medieval times and weird. You shouldn't be with a guy who would do that to you. Check on that. Don't do that. So George and Isada, talk about why they're there. I'll be honest with you guys. This does not seem like a connection. Tell me what you guys thought. Again, not knowing what happens today. Georgia and Isada did not seem like a connection to me at all. It seemed like a very plain, platonic kind of going through the motions date, and I wasn't feeling it. Realist Answer says, I didn't particularly care for Weston's comments about the girls being young. It was a bit insulting. Okay, we're going to get to the age thing because it only matters with Marley. First up, Kelsey and Weston. I thought they looked great together. They are both, I want to say, really tall people. They look tall and broad, and I thought they looked like a good couple together because they just look tall and like big people. They just looked good together. She's not a Western girl, but it looks like she could slip right into that vibe, and that Weston is down to teach. I think he's lost in the blonde-haired, starry blue eyes of Kelsey, and I thought they looked great together. I think she, just like she said, she caught feelings real quick. I'm sending them, I'm shipping them, whatever the right term is. I'm not down with the kids. I think they're going to be a great couple. Steven, what's the term? Send it? Ship it?
Ship it?
Ship it. There you go. Ship it. Marley and Winston, big age gap. This is going to make me sound bad. I don't think I could date a girl. Obviously, I'm married. If I was single, I don't think I could date a girl who can't legally get into a bar. So I'm way above 21. I don't think I could date a girl who couldn't legally go to a bar. I don't know, it's just a thing. Maybe she's only a couple months from 21 and then it's not a big deal. I don't know offhand. I forget how old Winston is. Winston. Somebody tell me how old Winston is. The age gap is big, but they seem to get along really well. They seem to be having a good time. Cool. I guess ship it is the term. Thank you so much. Ship it. I wasn't really feeling it. I saw Rebecca put the spoiler up before. I believe Marley gets a low vote. I'm kind of not feeling her in general. I don't know. I just don't buy it. I don't buy it. It doesn't look good to me. And at least it's not Winston. At least it's not Winston. And then finally we got Isada and Yemen. These two have seemingly had eyes for each other right off the bat as soon as she got to the island. Winston's 29, so it's a 9-year age gap. I guess it's not a huge deal. He's going to turn 30. She's going to turn 21. I don't know. If she's really in it for relationship status, a lot of people, not just women, a lot of people, when they are, 21, you're still in party mode. You're still not in settle down mode. I don't know. At least the two of them didn't feel right together. Maybe her and Zach. Ooh, Elizabeth, watch out. Maybe her and Zach. He's young. He's 22. Maybe. Isada and Yemen, it looked really good. I didn't see anything specifically bad, and he was very specific. And her thing, guys, if you're into the relationship reality shows, you know that I do Married at First Sight tonight. The big theme with Married at First Sight for that one couple with Iris. Iris is a client of mine. Girl. The big thing with Iris is that she's a virgin. So now we've got Isada, who is celibate, but not saying she's a virgin. So does that mean she has had sex but is now choosing to be celibate until marriage? I don't know. The show did not go into that as much as they do with Iris and Keith on Married at First Sight. Either way, Yemen is very specific that it's not a minus for him, that he was very respectful. I agree. It's cool to be very respectful, but this is a big thing, especially for adults dating. I'm an adult. Steven's an adult. Everybody watching us is probably an adult. Could you date a virgin or someone who's staying celibate until marriage? Go ahead, Steven. I heard you turn the mic on.
Yeah, I think I could. I think there'd have to really be a connection, though.
Fair enough.
I think it's really tough for people to go back from having sexual relations like consistently to like a possible long-term relationship without anything. And it depends on, because some people are like celibate to the point of like no fooling around or anything.
Right.
And some people are like, well, we can do everything but. So like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it just because when you're married and you're in a long-term monogamous relationship, sexual intimacy and sexual compatibility is so important. It's not, I'm not going to say it's the most important thing. Definitely not, but it's a huge thing. It's a very big deal that you guys are compatible in that way. And to just not even say, look, I'm just saving myself for the right person. It takes me 6 or 7 months, like I really want to get to know anybody, I'm just not that open with it, that's cool. But to say definitely not until we're married, that's nervous, because if you're going to get married, it really should be with the intention to be for life. And what if you're completely not compatible? I don't know. That's really, really scary. Just like Kate said, what if you're not sexually compatible? I want to rewind the chat real quick because something just popped off about Canada. What is going on, guys? She could in Canada and Europe. She could what? It's never. I can't get a baby. Blah. I don't know what you guys are talking about. George is the oldest guy in the house. Where are you from? Can't stand Yemen. I don't want her to go home. I'm Canadian. I don't know what happened with Canada. What's going on with Canada? Something. We love our neighbors to the north. I love you guys up there. Something is going on. Somebody put in the chat for me what is happening and what is the big argument and stuff going on in the chat about Canada. I want to know. Okay, let's continue on. The dates are over. We get some more. Oh, go to a bar. Thank you so much. Yes, go to a bar. Only in the U.S. is it 21. Right. So that's actually a really good point. I never thought about it. What if I lived somewhere else and then the person could go to a bar? Maybe, yeah. I don't know. 18 in Canada, 19 in some provinces. Maybe. I feel like the age that I am right now, and I'm 36. So for a while, at least a decade, I don't think I would want to date somebody where we wouldn't be able to do whatever we wanted to do because of an age restriction. That might seem fickle, but I don't know. It's not imbibing alcohol. It's being able to do anything and go anywhere I want. I don't know. It just seems a little bit odd. And chances are, honestly, that Winston and Marley would not have met in real life if they weren't forced together on a show in Fiji. Okay? So, it just feels odd. We'll see. And evidently, from the spoilers, it doesn't matter because she was low voted. She's probably going to go home. Okay, we get a little chit chat before the end of the episode. Eric goes and talks to Kira. Here we go. Oh man, you guys in the comments in the chat, I love you so much. I want to talk about everything you're talking about. Kate says you still couldn't have a conversation with a 20-year-old. Arguable, yes or no, but really, really solid point. That's true too. Big age gap. Different time periods, you're not on the same level, you're not the same generation, potentially. Yes, potentially. Okay, let me keep going with the review or else we're gonna run out of time. You guys are awesome. Eric goes and talks to Kira. This is the big controversy I feel like with yesterday's episode. How is Eric playing his game? He makes it very apparent, because we know he comes back again and oddly pretends to fold clothes while Kira uses the bathroom just so he could talk to her. That doesn't seem very forthright and outgoing, just go and talk to her like he did last time. I don't know why he had to play a little hide and seek game of pretending to fold clothes. By the way, just fold the clothes, dude. It always makes you feel better when all your clothes are folded. So just fold them. You don't have to pretend. He talks to her about being so straight up, very forthright, very forthcoming, and he's like, when I see something I want, I just go and get it. And she's like, well, what do you want? And he says, to get to know you better. And they talk about being on the same vibe. Yes, I'm attracted to you. When you came in the house, I was attracted to you. Yes, I was very attracted to you when I saw you. We seem to be in the same vibe. Man, when I see something, this frustrates me with dating shows to no end, especially this show, especially Bachelor and Bachelorette. Stop talking about getting to know one another and just get to know one another. Stop talking about wanting to go on a date. He specifically said, I'm waiting for this text message to come through so we can go on a date. News flash, bro, you are on a beautiful villa, secluded island in Fiji. Just go on a date. Go make that corner of the villa your thing. Set something up. Whatever, water, it doesn't matter. Take her on an instant date instead of talking about wanting to do it. It's so frustrating. I get that he wants to be forthcoming, but I don't know if I've seen this dude smile one time since he's been on the island. Chill out, dog. Like, I don't understand. I feel like he is set up really good. Kira is giving him the right vibes. She's giving him the kind of go ahead. And like a lot of you are saying in the chat, he's coming off really scary. Intensity is great, but chill out. All this stuff that you can do, you can get to know him. So I don't know. It's very strange. And Weston talks to Katrina and says he's unsure of how to pick. Ladies in the chat, this is what I want to ask you. Ladies in the chat, if some dude on a reality show basically straight up told you, Man, I'm trying to pick between you and this other chick, but I don't know. It's a tough choice. The choice for me is already made. If you're honestly considering somebody else, peace, dude. Bye. I can't believe he said that to her. I guess props for being honest, but come on, dude. Like, talk to one of your bros about it or something like that. I thought that was a really bad move. He's saying he's mad they're not going any faster. Okay, guys, what do you think? Translation, we're not having sex? You're not hooking up with me enough in bed at night? That's what it felt like to me because, as we've said, we know I'm biased. Katrina is gorgeous. She's got her head on her shoulders. She looks fantastic. She looks like the total package, wifey material. You don't have to be crazy hooking up with her right off the bat. I think that's what it is. She says she hides her emotions, and if this is the kind of dude she's dealing with, I can understand why. Makes a lot of sense. Real quick, let me rewind and see what you guys are talking about here in the chat. Meg, I went to Latvia once. You can even drink and drive there. Don't do that anywhere, even if it's legal. That's not cool. Realist says, I was in for Eric at the beginning, but then the second chat gave me creepy vibes. He seems a little crazy. Look, we're not making judgment calls on any of these people. We know they're on a reality show. It's not a big deal. I just don't like the way he's playing the game. I know a lot of the stuff that I say potentially makes it sound like I'm hating on these people. It's totally not a personal thing. It's all really gameplay. Why does Eric keep saying he wants to get to know? Exactly. You had the same conversation twice, 80. Just get to know her. I've never been there, Meg. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Eric should play 20 questions with Kira. There's a date idea. You don't even need the non-existent alcohol or food that they're not providing them. Absolutely. He's looking for reassurance. I think you're talking about Weston, and dude, you've got to have more confidence than that. You don't need reassurance. You got to go with your gut. All the reassurance you need is that she's not really kicking it to other people. That should be it. The way to play this game is to be solid with one other person and just keep it that way. Again, he's in the clear right now because this week is guy's choice, right? But as soon as it goes the other way, if you're Katrina and this guy is honestly picking between you and somebody else, there's no way you're going to stay with it. That's not a solid partner. You can't trust him. Doesn't make sense. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. She's right. I said when I was taking notes that Katrina's right. She opens up too much to someone like this, and now you're in the danger zone. So you can see why she's being held back. This isn't going to help his case. This is only going to hurt him, and we are in big, big trouble. So before we post more spoilers on what happened today, let me go through what I think is going to happen. Yesterday, America voted. You guys voted. I know a lot of you guys told me that you're chilling on the app. You're hooking them up. Good for you. Way to participate, especially in the wake of DirecTV and some other providers getting rid of CBS. It's really tough to maintain a live show. I found out today from some of you guys in the chat that Hulu is streaming it live. That is awesome to know. Guys, there's another outlet for you guys if you want to try to watch it. Real quick before I get into my predictions from yesterday, which are already come true. Mike, how can Eric play it better? Eric keeps asking Kira to talk. Sure. Thank you for the question, Rebecca. I appreciate it. Eric can play better by just getting to know her. She's given him 2 opportunities now to talk. So talk. Every one of their dates, all 3 of their interactions have been, I find you attractive. I really want to get to know you better. Yes, I want to get to know you better. Yes, I'm open to getting to know people better. Yes, I want to know people. Dude, just talk. 20 questions is a great game. Just have a conversation. Every time they're alone together might as well be a date. And that goes for any 2 in the entire house. So you are on a date. You don't need a text message from our boy Matt. What's his last name? Hoffman. You don't need Matt Hoffman to text you and be like, hey, you get to go on a date. Pick somebody. That's just dumb. Just play it as if you're always on a date. I guarantee you she would have appreciated that, and I think they would have done really, really well. Okay, real quick again, because we got a little time left in the show before we got to go. Steven, how are we on time?
We got 10 minutes.
Awesome. Let me see what else you guys are saying. Osayoe says TV makes some people nervous. There are cameras around all the time. Totally understand that. I don't buy that at all for Eric. If you were talking about Weston, he's been on the island for a while now. I don't think being nervous makes you tell one girl you might not pick her. But in general, yes, I agree. J-Frax, I think it's girl's choice at the next recoupling based on tonight's preview of tomorrow's episode. Ooh, that would be weird because it was girl's choice at the last recoupling, right? Okay. And Dorable, I like Katrina. She deserves someone who take the time to understand her. Seem like a lot more mature. 100%. I love Katrina. She's my favorite person in there right now. Realist says Eric should take this advice. They really should broadcast my after show to them. That should be their only form of entertainment on the island. They would do a lot better at the game. 80 says a guy named Brett might be... Can someone confirm this? Is Brett from Big Brother coming on? Because he and Winston are buddies. That would be amazing. Oh my God, that would be amazing. And Real's answers wants Cashel dumped. I don't know how I feel about Cash right now, man. This is tough. He is very smooth. He's a very slick player, and he's gone between several girls now. I don't know where he's going to end up. He seems more open to coupling with a different girl than Kira, but that seems so solid. I don't know how I feel about him, but again, at the same time, the way Kira has been acting, I don't think he should feel solid, and he should look for something else. So I don't know. But of course, you want him off the island, so we'll see what happens. Okay, here are what my predictions would have been. From the new people, because we know America is voting on the new people. The lowest person voted is in danger of being dumped. But guys, now is the time for spoilers. I don't believe they were actually dumped tonight. It was just that they were in trouble of being dumped. So let's go through them real quick. From the guys, I have to say, Eric, I think America is going to keep just for the fascination. Ray seemed much more outgoing. George was the least interesting to me, which is unfortunate because that's my middle name and I like the namesakes, and Michael was already kicked off, but I would go with George. And then unfortunately, I saw the Marley thing in chat, but if I'm being honest, I think I would probably predict Marley to go home as well. She's a little too young for the show. I don't know that she is going to be solid with one person, and that's me totally being ageist, and it's probably wrong, but that's just a gut feeling. Maybe it's a little bit of her age and a little bit of her. I don't know, but that's who I would say. Okay, guys, in the chat, before we have time, who got the low votes today? Somebody please tell me while I look at the rest of what you guys are saying, because I know you're catching up. Osayoe says, the less a girl knows about you, the better. Maybe that's why Eric is letting Kira talk more than him. I don't like that. I don't think so. Why would you say that? The less a girl knows about you, the better. The more they know about you, the better. Look, the whole point of this show is to make solid connections with somebody, to make a twosome so you can go all the way to the end and win money. You want to stay on the show. I think the more you let somebody else know about you, the stronger the bond, the stronger connection you can make. And that's only going to work for you guys in the end. Meg with the knowledge. Top vote, Kelsey and Eric. Okay, so that means America and you guys, if you voted for Eric, you like the drama. You want to see where his crazy kind of goes. Okay, cool. No problem. And Kelsey, I think, is a shoo-in, no problem. She is easily making a great connection with Weston, and I think they're going to go far. Saved by Islanders, Ray and Isada. Did I really guess this right? Wow, I did. George and Ray, Marley and Asada, Marley and George left. Did they actually leave? Dumped George and Marley. Did I just call that? I did, didn't I?
But after the episode aired.
I did not know.
I know you didn't know. I'm just calling you out.
I just called it. Damn, I'm good. Dumped George and Marley. Oh, I did see Marley before, but I did not recognize George. Wow. Okay. Thank you for the update. I don't think this is going to have a big effect on the island, to be honest. I didn't really see them working out, just like the reasoning I just said, and cool. So now we know. I'm excited to see. Obviously, I haven't seen the preview yet. If you guys can put really quick in the chat, what is the preview for tomorrow? It's a recoupling, or what does it look like is going to go on? While somebody updates me on that, I would just like to thank everybody once again for joining me in the chat. I see you all in here. Kate, Rebecca, Osayoe, Meg, Lick, Kate, Meg, I tell people realist answers, 80, Amy, all of you guys that have been here the whole time. Thank you so much for watching with me. I really, really appreciate it. You guys are my extended panel on this one for sure, because I'm all by myself. You guys make AfterBuzz the ESPN of TV talk. You guys know we've got shows across all the different channels for all the different genres. So go ahead and subscribe on YouTube. Give me a big thumbs up on iTunes. Give me a big 5 stars. Give me some comments so I can shout you guys out, because I love talking to you guys. Real quick, let me see if anybody was able to put it. Recoupling, Kate says, girls pick. And Rebecca says decoupling. Same thing. Girls pick again? That is crazy. Girls pick again, but isn't it offset too many guys with Winston? I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm going to watch when I get home. I'm super excited. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. As always, we're getting through, guys. We're getting through the CBS DirecTV thing. It doesn't matter. We're only one episode behind. I am going to start watching on Hulu. So we will be back to being live, and hopefully everything will work out good with our geofence. Until tomorrow. Oh, excuse me. Oh my gosh, I'm the worst host ever. I am not here tomorrow. Tomorrow I have another wedding. I will be back Friday covering Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday's episodes. Guys, my name is Mike Thieling. You can find me everywhere at Mike Thieling. I will see you Friday. Friday. I love you all. Have an awesome night. Go have a drink. Cheers.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.